Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating it's Monday, May 29th, 2017. In both the Lynn life and the Jamie body mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions and nature realm's guardians. In this most recent overnight we have another arrival of souls from above who seem to have been, somebody's asking what kind of souls from above, they seem to have been responsible for pushing the takedown buttons and employing Horatio's discredited plan, blowing dimensions to bits, holding on to that plan after experiments showed that it didn't actually work. We all want that plan to work. It seems like it should work, but it doesn't, and somebody's asking why it doesn't. I think the plan doesn't work because the wish to cling to fantasy is stronger than we want to think it is, which is itself a clinging to fantasy.
That's true.
Why do you ask? And also, which way is up? What seems to be hard for these souls to accept is that their own dimensions have now also been blown to bits by even larger presences, higher dimension presences, and somebody's asking, what do we mean by that? We used to think that higher geographic dimensions had higher vibrations.
That's true.
And now we know that that happens only because they're dumping their filth down into the deeper, denser dimensions, and somebody's asking how that happens or why that happens. Maybe different voices are asking how and why.
Yes, that's true.
And what we know, what do we know? We know for ourselves that when we suppress our acceptance of responsibility, when we deny that we ourselves have made the mistakes, that we can feel, if we're actually paying attention and alert at a really subtle level, we can feel that we're pushing our errors into our cellular selves.
That's true.
And somebody else is asking what that results in, and we believe there is a tie, a connection between the epidemic of denial of responsibility and the epidemic of cancer.
That's true.
We actually believe that there is a connection. When we suppress our errors, push them into our cells pay the price.
That's true.
And it results in things like cancer. Why do you ask? Why do you ask? And also, which way is up? They're giving me the go on hand.
I see the go on hand.
And I think they're talking about these souls who fell down, yes, and that they fell down because when their dimension was blown to bits, law of attraction actually works, gravity actually works. Souls who were trying to raise or were doing something to raise the vibration of that dimension shoot up.
Yes.
Souls that are lowering the vibration of the dimension fall down,
yes.
And the souls in between seem to solidify into a congealed mass with channels down, making it worse, not better.
That's true.
Which is why we have referred to this as Horatio's discredited plan. Horatio Vanovanov really likes this plan.
That's true.
He keeps putting it on the table, although right now he's trying to shirk responsibility for putting it on the table. He's trying to deny it, but it feels like a lie.
That's true.
And that's suppressing errors, so right now he's karma dumping into his cells, strongly suggesting, and some might say proving, he's going to be sick one day.
That's true.
Why do you ask? And also, which way is up?
There is a looking up feeling.
Let's all look up. There is a higher power. We're all of us in all dimensions living with higher powers still above us who have authority over how things unfold in our dimensions, and this is the reality. And to deny the existence of a higher power is a foundational disconnect with reality.
That's true.
And when we come into our experiences of sentience, we come in with contracts that are enforceable under divine law. We are supposed to accomplish the things that we agreed to accomplish. And unfortunately, this epidemic of denial of responsibility results in almost no one actually paying any attention whatsoever to the contract that they were born with.
That's true.
Why do you ask? And also, which way is up? Look up to those who have authority over you. Look up to the higher powers and say, what now? What now in order to fulfill my soul plan? Let's start with that. And some of them are saying, oh, I don't know what my soul plan is, but it has the stench of untruth.
That's true.
Try this. Take as your working theory that your soul plan is to manifest the divine plan no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do. And somebody says, what do you mean by that? Look, it's not what I mean. You seem to be confused about who's talking. Look up and take it up with them. You're arguing with the echo point. Take it up with them. And the voice from way up high continues. What a divine plan is an interweaving of individual soul plans. Wise divine minds have woven a tapestry of life that works to create worlds that work and dimensions that work. We as individuals simply have to do our part, and the plans manifest.
There's a straightening up feeling.
Look up to the wise divine minds and say, what now in order to live my own individual soul plan? For each of us in every moment there's something that we are supposed to be doing right now. And there's a way in which we're supposed to be doing it. And to do that thing that we're supposed to do right now, the way in which we're supposed to be doing it, that's what it means to be living our soul plans. And in every moment we have this foundational choice to make between what we're supposed to be doing right now and anything else.
That's right.
What we're supposed to be doing right now and anything else. And there's millions and millions, billions maybe, of possibilities of what else we can do. But there's also what we're supposed to be doing right now. And the miracle is when we're doing what we're supposed to be doing right now, joy is present. So somebody's asking, why don't people just do it if joy is present? I don't know the answer to that one. It doesn't make any sense at all. But I do know that the phenomenon exists. I recognize the phenomenon. I don't understand it. Why do you ask? And also, which way is up? Who's got power over you? Look up to those higher powers. Look up to them. Look up. You see how you want to pretend? They want to pretend that there's no higher power over them. That never works out well. These presences who got dumped in here in the overnight, they were arguing that there was no higher power over them right up until the point where their dimension blew to bits.
That's true.
It's not looking good for you, friends. If you're still arguing there's no higher power over you, and I don't sense an overall consensus to stop using Horatio's discredited plan.
No, that's true.
Unfortunately, one day there will be a consensus to stop, because that doesn't work.
That's true.
It doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense to continue doing something that doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's time to let it go. Stop it. What now, in order to manifest the divine plan for all dimensions, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do? What now? There, finally we got through the intro. They kept interrupting the intro. Wow. It's going to be a long day. Somebody says the days are the same length regardless. That's true. Good point. And I can choose a good attitude, and just then the day will feel wonderful and it will go by in a flash. And I can choose to enjoy this process. And our attitudes are actually the only thing we have any control over whatsoever. We don't have control over anything else. Why not choose a good attitude? You know who suffers most when I choose a bad attitude? Me.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true I make other people miserable, but I'm making myself miserable the most because other people can leave the room.
That's true.
And if I'm choosing a bad attitude, I can't leave the room.
That's true.
Why do you ask? And look up to those who have power over you, the higher powers over all of us. it's time for us to do our work, and our work is to get this earth energy flowing upward. And somebody is again asking why it stopped, and I don't know why it stopped. I know it stopped at about the same time as the vortices disappeared.
That's true.
That the vortices disappeared, they stopped reaching down into this density. They were still coming down into lighter levels, but if you look up, you can see their kind of like their feet, you know, the tips
That's
of the
true.
vortices. I can see them. They're still spinning up there. But the earth energy is down below, and there's supposed to be a bridging where earth energy flows up,
That's true.
vortices reach down, and maybe that's what the divine delivery system used to consist of. I don't actually know. I know how it used to work.
That's true.
Somebody's asking, what do I know? I know how it used to work. There was upward rising earth energy,
Yes.
and when we opened up to it and let it blow through us, our energy bodies would straighten, our channels would start to lift a tiny bit. And I know that there were vortices that would reach down into heavy spaces and clear the energy out, and when the vortices had been running long enough, living waters would flow through them, and they would create blessings in our lives.
That's true.
I know that. And I also know that it started to, I don't know when it started to fall apart, but we noticed it falling apart as early as 2012, maybe 2012 possibly.
That's true.
Give or take. Why do you ask? And also look up, look up, look up. Look up to those who have higher power over you and ask them, what now? What now? In order to live my own soul plan, each of us for ourselves, me too, me too. Let's merge into these bodies really hard. What now? What now in order to manifest the divine plan for all dimensions, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do? And again the answer comes, get this earth energy flowing up at the backs. Pan says, finally you're doing something rather than arguing with the fools. Well, the thing is, Pan, if we ignore the fools, they block the work anyway, so it doesn't actually work to ignore them. I wish it would work to ignore them, I do,
Me too.
because I don't enjoy arguing with fools, but it doesn't work. Why do you ask?
Why do you ask?
And also, which way is up? I see how Pan is having a hard time letting go of his plans, just like the Vanovanovs are having a hard time letting go of their plans.
That's true.
It's interesting. I have a hard time letting go of
Me
plans that I think should work, but they don't work, and it's foolish to cling to things that don't work. We can let it go. We can try to get it to work, try really hard from lots of different angles.
That's true.
And then we need to let it go. And the point is, in every moment there's something that we're supposed to be doing, and a way in which we're supposed to be doing it. And when we're doing that, things work. And when we aren't doing that, it almost doesn't matter what else we're doing. It doesn't work. Why do you ask? And also, look up to those who have authority over you, power over you, power over you. And say, what now? What am I supposed to be doing right now? And how am I supposed to be doing it? I'm tuning to increase maybe integrity in the upward flow. So we're pumping the earth energy up to create the upward rising earth energy, but tuning to increase the integrity, so we're not just pumping filth.
That's true.
So that we're pumping something that has integrity.